Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX Deepdive with me, Vineet Malhotra. A chilling terror attack struck the heart of India when a car bomb explosion took place outside Delhi's historic Red Fort. While a wide-ranging probe delves into how the blast was planned and executed, shockwaves have rippled across the world, prompting swift reactions from global leaders and agencies. At least 12 innocent people are believed to have lost their lives in the powerful explosion, with India formally declaring it a terrorist incident following investigations into a large-scale transnational conspiracy. While the probe widens domestically, globally, it has elicited official condolences and expressions of solidarity from across the world. The United States was quick to respond, issuing a statement from the US Embassy in India offering thoughts and prayers to the victims. However, the tone quickly evolved following a meeting between External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and US Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Secretary Rubio issued a strong condemnation, calling the blast clearly a terrorist attack and expressing solidarity with India. In fact, commending India's quick response, Rubio stated that authorities were doing a great job in handling the probe into the incident. Listen in.
Indians need to be commended. They've been very measured and cautious and very professional in how they're carrying out this investigation. That investigation continues. It clearly was a terrorist attack, and it was a car loaded with highly explosive materials that detonated and killed a lot of people. But I think they're doing a very good job of carrying out an investigation, and I think when they have facts, they'll release those facts. So, but clearly, I mean, we're aware of the potential that it has, and so we spoke about that a little bit today, the potential that it has to become something broader. But I think we're going to await to see what their investigation reveals. We've offered to help, but I think they're very capable in these investigations. They don't need our help, and they're doing a good job. And I thought they were very measured and professional in how they've approached it, as they usually are.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu condoled the loss of lives in the blast. Addressing Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Hindi, the Israeli Prime Minister expressed deepest condolences to the families of the victims, asserting that Israel stands with India in sorrow and in strength. At this time, Netanyahu further asserted that terror may strike our cities, but it will never shake our souls. The Israeli Prime Minister highlighted both India and Israel are ancient civilizations that stand on eternal truths. The light of our nations will outshine the darkness of our enemies, he added. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney also condoled the deaths in the explosion while expressing solidarity with the people of Delhi and India. Stating that he was shocked to hear of the devastating car blast, Carney affirmed that Canada stands with India during this time of mourning. Spokesman for Iran's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ismail Bakai, conveyed condolences and the sympathy of the Islamic Republic of Iran to the government and the people of India, and also to the families of the victims. Meanwhile, Japanese Prime Minister Takaichi Sane expressed heartfelt condolences to the victims and their bereaved families, while also offering sincere prayers for the swift recovery of the injured. Guyanese President Irfan Ali also conveyed his solidarity with the government and people of India following the horrific blast in New Delhi. It was affirmed that we stand with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and all those affected by this incident. Another big statement came from China, with their Ministry of Foreign Affairs saying it was deeply saddened by the tragedy. The ministry added, "Our hearts go out to those affected by the fatal explosion near Delhi's Red Fort metro station. Our deepest sympathies to those who lost loved ones, and we wish those who were injured a speedy recovery." The Taliban administration of Afghanistan, which is in the process of upgrading diplomatic ties with India, has also conveyed condemnation of the incident. The Taliban administration stated that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan condemns the explosion that occurred in the Red Fort area of New Delhi, claiming the lives of several civilians and leaving several others injured. The expression was also of deep sorrow to the bereaved families as well as to the government and the people of India, and wishes a swift recovery to those wounded. Russian Ambassador Denis Alepov also came out to issue a strong condemnation. The diplomat asserted that he was shocked by the explosion at the Red Fort, confident that the ongoing thorough investigation will determine the cause of the incident. "We express condolences to the families of the victims and wish a speedy recovery to the injured," was said. In the wake of this tragedy, global capitals have been reminded once again of the enduring threat of terrorism. Global reaction will now be seen in whether the international community can translate its solidarity into coordinated action to dismantle terror infrastructure and combat terrorism that India has long been pushing for. Let's talk about this with Ambassador KP Fabian, former diplomat. Sir, appreciate you taking out the time and speaking with us. Sir, what do you make of this unprecedented support that India has garnered in wake of these terror attacks that took place in the heart of the city?
Thank you. We have certainly as you put it, the unprecedented response which we have received is most welcome, because terrorism is, as India has always said, is a global issue, and there should be global cooperation. There should be global determination to tackle it. But I want to make 2 points in the current context, and that is, one, we first have to determine whether there was any foreign involvement or not. As far as I know, and of course things are changing so fast, it's so difficult to keep oneself updated. Till now, Government of India has not indicated that there is any foreign involvement. Now, the second point is that there was, there was a blast in Pakistan, in Islamabad, and Afghanistan Taliban movement, or Pakistan Taliban, one too many Taliban. Pakistan Taliban has claimed a responsibility, but the Pakistan government has implied that India was also responsible. In fact, the Pakistan media these days refer to the Afghan government as India-backed, quote unquote. So that is there, and India has correctly, our spokesperson for the Ministry of External Affairs, rejected Pakistan's unjustified, without evidence, accusation. So that is where we are, and now our investigations are continuing, and we have to wait till our investigations are completed. But meanwhile, Government of India has correctly stated that those who have carried it out and those who are their sponsors will be brought to justice.
Right, and sir, there are also some activities going on in Pakistan at the same time. There have been upgradations in terms of the portfolio that Asim Munir was handling. Is this coincidence? What do you make of these simultaneous reactions, if we can call them, happening in Pakistan? Do you have an opinion on that, sir?
I do. As far as what has happened in Pakistan in terms of, what shall I say, appointment of Munir as, the Chief of Defense Staff, and, also his, it says that the Army Chief will be the Defense Defense Chief of Staff, and that, he will be Field Marshal for life. That is one part of it. And the second part is that they have taken away from the Supreme Court of Pakistan the responsibility to deal with certain constitutional issues, and they have formed a new court for that. So what it shows is that, frankly, between you and me, Pakistan has not been exactly a democracy. If we go back in history, sometime in 1954, the United States, this was the John Foster Dulles, Secretary of State, he took the lead. My generation used to refer to him as Dulles. So after that defense treaty with Pakistan, with the United States, democracy atrophied in Pakistan, and within 4 years, we had the first military coup. And if you look at the next 50 years, well, for more than 36 years, Pakistan was under military rule. Now, the point is that whether it is formally under the military rule or not,
Fair enough, sir.
it is the Pakistan military that takes major decisions in regard to foreign policy
Absolutely
and
right, sir.
also internal policy. So that has been the case, but that has been more formalized.
All right, sir. Sir, I appreciate your time.
What
We,
if-
unfortunately, we've run out of time, but I appreciate your time, sir. Thank you so much.